Huh?
Other times
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
What were you saying?
What did you do?
Why did you do
Yeah.
that?
Oh, we can go sing, or we can go to the comedian
Anyway,
club.
custom florals.
What do you think?
Oh,
Have another
oh yeah, feel free. I have to stay here. I'm part of this event.
Ah, okay.
Take care.
Stay.
All right.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice seeing you too.
Oh, hell.
Welcome. Oh, my dear. Dear.
Cyrus is here.
With the rainbow glasses.
Your beautiful voice, my dear.
Oh god. Well done, Faith. Well
Hello
done.
there.
Welcome everybody. I guess we'll kick off. This is the weekly Banter-AMA, as we call it, the AMA. You can ask me anything. That's pretty much the gist of it. I'm sure a bunch of you are excited about the giveaways that we've got going on at the minute, and you're going to be excited about what we've got in store for the future, if that's the case. So, yeah, how we typically do this, right? So, you want to ask a question, you can make your way up the beach, if it's kind of where... Is it where my finger is kind of pointing? Kind of? Am I pointing there right now on the beach? That's cool. Kind of there. You can walk right up there, and then yeah, I'll megaphone you, and you can ask a question. You're just testing it out, Cyrus. You're not. You don't have a question. That's cool. Well, look. What I usually do is just talk nonsense. Then, in that case, if nobody's got questions, oh, Lee, there you go. Nice one, Lee. Dave Bell. Go ahead, Lee. What have you got for me?
I did have one quick question for the giveaway. So I found all the codes and stuff. So I know I've already gotten a quest, and so if I win one, can I give it away to somebody? I mean, if I'm lucky.
Sure. I mean, once it's yours to do with what
I
you
didn't
want.
know if it was like you win one time and you can't win again.
In this case, it's a random selection from whoever is picked from the random giveaway, right? So we all have to live and abide by that. Whatever gets selected, gets selected. That's the winner. That's how this one works. But yeah, I mean,
Cool.
you don't have to.
I
Surprisingly,
would.
a number of people have though, which is really cool, right? That we've got a community here where people will opt to donate such a high value prize, right? That's really cool. A number of people have done that. I won't put a spotlight on any of them, but it's really cool. Kudos to those of you who
Sarumi
have,
has joined.
who
Quick,
have done that,
hide
right?
your
That's,
avatars.
yeah, that I'm sure means a lot to those who've managed to enjoy those. So yeah, that's great. But yeah, for those of you who are joining late, I'll remind you. Can I do this again? Where was I? Oh, yeah, can I do it? Yeah. So there I am. I'm pointing to the bit on the beach. There. If you walk up to there, that's where you can ask a question. Oh, Sarumi. Sarumi went up.
I thought there was
that means
something there.
she has, by banter law, she must ask a question. If she doesn't ask a question, she's banished to the boat for 2 hours.
No, you were pointing,
No,
and
it's
I
not
was
a
like,
question.
"What's up here? Why is everyone pointing there?"
It's so hard to do. There.
My question is,
Yeah, what's your question?
what is your favorite chocolate? I've just had some chocolate.
Better.
Cadbury's, I guess. Right? Once you
That's
kind of
better,
have
better.
Cadbury's,
Yes!
there's nothing
Nice
that
choice.
really
Cadbury's
comes.
is the best. Cadbury's is
What
better than
kind of
Galaxy
Cadbury?
any day.
I mean, anything, right? It's all just that sort of specific style or type
Yeah.
of chocolate, right? Oh God, now that I say that, I might kind of feel like Galaxy is also pretty sick.
No.
It's kind of hard to ignore
No.
Galaxy chocolate. But, I mean, Cadbury's is that thing, right? It's hard to get in other parts of the world, and it tastes a lot better. Really good chocolate.
Special. Mm-hmm.
Nice one.
Don't you
Thanks for
try?
that, Srimi.
I'm looking for Reese's, like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yes.
Very tasty.
Nice. Yeah, those aren't as common over here, but I think you can actually get those in shops nearby. Yeah. they're slowly but surely working their way around to the rest of the world, right? Most of the candy that you would have in the US eventually makes its way to everywhere else. But yeah, some of you might be interested to know that we held an event last weekend talking about a new avatar system. So we've had actually the opportunity this week. We've had a little bit of an internal hackathon, and we've honestly been prototyping some stuff related to this new avatar system. So I don't know if anybody has any questions about that, or if you want me just to waffle about some of the things that we've been playing with this week related to the new avatar system.
Waffle.
Waffle, okay. Waffle it is. So what we were thinking could be really cool is to go with a generic set of bones that's about as compatible as it can be. So we were looking at the 67 bone set that Ready Player Me has, and actually thinking that the eye bones, the extra 2 that the Mixamo rig doesn't have, they're not that useful. So we decided that we were maybe going to get rid of them, but then instead we talked a little bit about
Your
wings at that event, right? And having potential support for wings. I look around and I see
they look lost.
at least a couple of people who have wings. But in the future, as we've mentioned before, we hope to have a native flight mechanic built into the game, which gives wings a little bit more of a purpose, I guess. So in a nutshell, we were thinking of going with a 67 bone rig, where we'd have 2 extra bones connected to the spine for wings. So that's something that we were thinking of doing. Yes.
Yuntraverse is wanted in several
I think
other
we can make
spaces.
office.
Take
We
cover
can
and
make
shoot.
offices for people who doesn't like office to help them. You know how many people they are poor because they don't know how to make office. If you make an office, they come inside and you give them a purpose to make office. You tell
To
them
make office?
you will have a lot of people. You will have a lot of people who so many people doesn't know how to make office. You just have to make offices here to help
To make
them.
what? To make an office? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you have to make offices. Office, they can come because taxes, all you have to write and all the stuff. There's so many people, they are poor. They are poor because they don't have the visibility, they don't have the school, they have nothing. Most of the
Okay.
people, especially in America, they don't have the amazing stuff. But we are educated. We know how to do that.
Don't do it.
What are you all laughing about that? You think this is stupid? This is the I'm sorry?
I don't understand. I actually couldn't make out the word you were saying. When you say office, do you mean office like a workplace, like somewhere you would go to do work? Is that what you mean?
Not to help, not to work, to show them, to
Like a support
educate them.
office.
I'm sorry?
What's an office? Can you explain?
An
what
office is that what the most people doesn't know how it works. You know everything here. You know do that.
Like a tutorial room, like a support tutorial
Like a
room.
classroom.
Yes, exactly. You exactly like a tutorial room for offices. Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
You got
Like,
it.
are you talking about like maybe a space where people can learn how to use Banter?
3D.
Yes, not yes. How to learn Banter? It gets you make this automatically. How to learn Banter? You make this automatically, but you have to give them an office, not to make them the stuff, but to, like you say, to give a tutorial. How many people are poor because they're let the letters go because they're afraid about that, and you can educate them to get with them, like in Banter. I have to go in Banter also, and I have to learn to socialize me with you, because I never saw you, and now I am here. You understand what I mean?
I'm going to put my hands up in the air, guys. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
very
I haven't
clearly.
understood anything. We do have tutorials coming. We're hoping to have better onboarding, better spaces, easier to understand that you should sign up and create an avatar, right? And try and make that whole flow a whole lot easier. But I don't understand what you mean about people who are less well off and how we can make things easier for them. I want to understand. I don't follow that train of thought.
Yeah, you want to. I think this is important.
Maybe
feel
I,
like
I agree.
really
I just want to try to understand.
Do you have to, are you in
Some of our community have some ideas.
The same look, the first time I get in Banter, I was up there by the fire, and somebody picked me up and he showed me everything inside here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I do that a lot.
Yes.
With people. Yeah, I help
But
people.
Yes.
outside, yes, and look, outside in America, they fuck around, they make babies, and they're here, they have a family. They don't
Hey.
know how they have to pay the everything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
I
see
like
that's
babies.
the part. That's the part where you lose me. At one point, it's like,
I'm
They're
sorry.
independent.
It's
For
not.
new
It's not.
users.
It's not
and I
that
just,
I'm very human. I'm like, but I think this is what makes the difference, and this
Can I ask-
different.
Can I ask you a
Is
few
somebody who understands me what I mean?
I think I
Can
do.
ask you a few clarifying questions?
Yes.
Okay. So, when you talk about tutorials and whatnot, are you talking about tutorials to get into game first and foremost, or are you talking about classroom where you can teach things like life skills or things like banter skills or things
Yes.
like that?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
Okay. Now.
is it
Exactly.
banter skills you're looking for, or are you talking about life skills? Because you said like learn things and whatnot.
By. I mean, banter skills is the same like life skills. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Yeah.
Banter is life, you
certain
heard
ways
it here,
yes,
folks.
but in certain ways no, right? Because banter skills can include make things for banter. It can include what can you do in banter and whatnot. That doesn't apply to real life. And then you have the real life stuff like how to pay your taxes and how to like.
But it
work.
is the same. Look. If I go in a karaoke bar here in Banters, it's the same if I go in a karaoke bar outside. But
I can
maybe I come to you in
Banter.
but I come to you in Banters for the karaoke bar because I feel anonymous. Nobody sees me, and and yes, this is the different. Yes, and so many people are ashamed about their stuff because they don't have the education or stuff, but they don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you can pick up people.
Somewhat, yes, but I guess we need a point of reference with those people. What kind of education are they looking for, right? Because you are biting over a very big apple when you say it's the same banter skills and life skills, right? And we are trying to
I didn't say it's the same. I said
I mean,
where we can pick up on to make another way to put people in skill to learn. You know, learning is by everybody different. Somebody learns with eyes, somebody learns with listen, somebody learns with
so now we just need to work out. Now we just need to work out the specifics. For example, in one case,
but I think
we have
it's too big to need this discussion now here because let him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just trying to help understand.
Glad to have you.
Do you think you make
No,
sense
it's
might
okay.
Definitely have more.
write down your question before
I'm
You know,
impressed of you.
I
I'm sorry.
think there's some worlds I think you might find interesting right away. The Babel space, right? Which I guess kind of is a big interactive globe, right? To some degree, there's some teaching there. So definitely there's that, right? We've got a number of events here in Banter, either run by our staff or run by our community. Shout out to Lisa, shout out to Aline, where they teach you how to create 3D content of various, and DeadZ as well. Shout out to DeadZ, where they teach you how to create spaces, avatars, doing things in Unity, Blender. I guess those are life skills that kind of overlap with Banter skills, right? So those are definitely some things you could check out. We actually have a number of
You're
other
right.
things
Sorry.
going on. There's a group called the Africa VR Campus who come in and privately use Banter to basically demonstrate and teach students in Africa, using this very space, this video player, and just YouTube, right, as well as some other spaces. And once again, shout out to Lisa, because they're now also using her classroom environment, right, which is where they can kind of all get together. We donated some headsets to them as well, so that they could enjoy virtual reality, right? So I completely agree with what you're saying there. There could we could always use more events like that, where people kind of share ideas, share knowledge, teach each other.
I'm sorry. Maybe.
Oh boy, did I freeze or did he freeze?
He froze.
He froze.
I can hear you.
Oh no. Well, let's see if he comes back. I'm going to megaphone Static, because he's the closest one to the area that I point to. Look at it there. Look, I can point to it right
Ooh.
here.
That's me sliding.
Hot take, Static. What do you think of what we were just talking about?
It was really deep. At first I didn't understand, but yeah, it'd be really cool to have just more educational spaces where people can learn. Or I know we have like our Lean On Me groups and stuff where people talk a lot of different stuff that isn't just support. We just talk about the world and talk about different things, that are going on in people's lives. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that's interesting, and I think we're headed there. There will be spaces like that. I think a lot of people do want to learn more and teach more.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe Yunji, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, you've got some upcoming events. There's some stuff in there that kind of relates to this a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be working on a few little surprise events. At the very least, I'm gonna be reviving my concert show, so there's that. But we have some other ones involving things like D&D, gaming, RPG, like tabletop RPG stuff. So that's in the works. And then I'm also going to be creating a group called Women of Banter. So for those of you out there who would like to, support the Women of Banter, or, you are a woman of banter and would like to provide your input, you can join in on that. And we have some other things that are, in the mix up as well. Lots of cool content that's coming soon. So be on the lookout.
Nice. Wasn't there something about public speaking? Did I see that or not? Is there something about talking to people about how to effectively do public speaking? Am I making that up? Did I dream that?
Oh, I don't know about that, but we could always do something like that. I'm more than happy
Sure.
to start something up on that regard.
Do you know what? I mixed something up. I just thought there was something in there, something related to like teaching or I don't know, sharing knowledge with people in some way. But maybe I just...
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I think I'm also going to be doing a songwriting workshop at some point. So
That's the one.
if people want to learn how to write
That's the
songs,
one.
they could do that with me.
There you go.
And then, if there are any other sort of topics that folks are interested in, I'm also currently working on a personal podcast, and I can bring that in world as well. I was also talking with some folks about a potential like art festival. Those are some ideas that are up in the air. So, yeah, the world's our oyster right now.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks for that, Genji.
I could also see bringing back the idea of Altspace 101, where we would go in and learn so much about how to use that platform, we could use that here. I think it could be nice, even if it was just once a week. We could point everyone to Banter 101 to go see it.
Okay. Yes. Can we call it Altspace 101, even though this is Banter?
Not thinking that would be a good idea. No, it needs to be Banter 101. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll just bear that initial barrier, that initial confusion with every single user. What the hell is that? And then it's like, well, no, we just had to do it. Okay, we just had to. It's a shout out. Okay.
It's a shout out.
Yeah. Cyrus, how you doing? I'm thinking you've got some questions for us there. You're in the special spot.
Yes. Hello there. All right. So, I mean, you kind of answered my question. I was like, we need more games in here. I know we're mostly adults, but like, some fun stuff would be cool.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah,
totally
like,
agree.
Like I'm definitely interested in tabletop games. That's my niche. I love that type of stuff. But yeah, no, I'm down for like, I was wanting to do like a hide and seek tournament around Banter too, like so we can explore worlds, because I know that's one of your key points that you want people to do with these button hunts and stuff, is to actually explore the worlds. So I was thinking about a hide and seek tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds awesome. But I should clarify, my point with the buttons was just to torture people.
I wasn't tortured at all.
Yeah, just in case, you know. I mean, I'm not going to point to it, right? Just in case. But have you seen the one in here? Oh my God, sorry about that one, folks. I didn't even.
That was fun.
Didn't even know if that one was going to work. But no, to your original point, games has been the number one priority for me with Banter for the last 6 months or so. For a long time, we were gathering feedback and sitting on our thumbs a little bit, but then, a few months into it, we started building a new SDK. You'll have heard me talk about it a lot. But the entire purpose of that was to be able to build proper, fully fledged games, right? And for us to walk that path by creating a couple of games ourselves. So I don't know, a couple of people dropped in on me while I was testing some stuff this week, and you might have seen.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. So that is going to be hopefully a fairly polished paintball-esque game that will be available as a project, right? You'll be able to get the source code for it and mod it, change it, and do whatever you want with it. It's going to be a sample that will be included with our new SDK. But we're hoping for all sorts of games, and we really want to kind of walk this path. And, things like a whole new attachment system that we want to build, a whole new piloting system, right? So that, multiple people together can get into vehicles and drive around, or planes or whatever, that kind of stuff really opens up a lot of capability to be able to, make fun multiplayer social kind of games, right? And I mean, just to give you an example of some of the stuff, we take inspiration from. I don't know if anybody's ever played The Lab, right? From Valve, right? That was a basic tech demo of some of their stuff back in the day. It's perfect sort of social games that you can kind of do with people, and it's just a bit of fun. It's nothing too serious. Those are the kind of things that we're really excited about. But honestly, I don't know. I think that this new SDK will represent a significant increase in capability and power when it comes to building things. So I honestly don't know if I know truly what's possible with it yet. But we're going to find that out, I guess.
Again, it's limitless.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Cheers. Well, as well as that, we've got a couple of team members who are also working on building out some games, and I'm sure they'll be looking to release those or take whatever is important out of them and make them available in a constructive way, right? So that you guys can get a look at how you do some of the things. But yeah, I've spent the last week or so getting the SDK to a point where it's reasonably stable in an external project again. So yeah, the next step for me is to just polish it up, really. Try and hammer out any final bugs that are there. Add documentation. That's a big one. That's an important one. Shout out to Hubber, who's been figuring things out without a lick of documentation and getting stuff done. Appreciate that. I know how difficult it can be. And yeah, hopefully pretty soon you should be able to start building with it yourself. And yeah, we'll be starting to reach out to a few people as well who are interested to get a go of it before anybody else. Because believe it or not, since about a week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember exactly now, most of it is already out. This is already in the build that we're using right now. All of what we're seeing and doing right now is already running on SDK v2. So yeah, we're definitely over the hump. And yeah, I think apart from sort of polishing the onboarding experience, making it possible to make games is the top priority for us this year. And I think honestly, as we kind of work our way towards a full store release and coming out of early access, maybe an overhaul on the avatar system might be the only other thing that we want to try and achieve before we really start to ramp things up and try and get a lot of people in here, right? And really put the pedal to the metal, as they say.
Side just stumbled into our virtual realm.
Wow, that was a really high jump there,
They
Divine.
look lost.
What? That
I'm
was interesting.
learning. I'm learning.
Interesting. Do you want to tell the group
X
how you
and spacebar.
X and spacebar. There you go, folks. X and spacebar, and you can do. Was that one jump or was that? Oh, that's a double jump. I see. Look
Yeah,
at you.
but it flies up
You
so
sky
high.
dolphins.
The SpaceX employee Iron Wolf.
Bye bye. Look, maybe I can catch him. Can I catch him?
It's Easter here. It's Good Friday here, so.
He's gone. It's just popped. What's that?
Thinking about the co-working space event that I wanted to create. Possibly.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely interesting. We've been playing with technologies that would be good and useful in those
Sarumi is here
scenarios,
for
right? Like
cuddles and
the
milk and is all out of
like the
cuddles.
whiteboard that you've all had a chance to play with in different spaces. That's kind of a big part of it, right? And being able to share your screen, I guess, is the other side of that. But yeah, that's interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see all the different things kind of that we can explore, right? We've kind of got a universal toolbox here to sort of try anything. So we'll get a chance to play with a lot of different things, I imagine. And why not, right? Let's just experiment with some stuff, throw some stuff at the wall, see what sticks, see what's interesting. Yeah, I mean, another space, actually, the Babel space I mentioned earlier, it's not actually complete. I should mention the plan there is to have a space that can allow you to speak to somebody in a different language, right? Speech to speech with somebody else in a different language. We were going to use the Whisper-based system we've already got built in to Banter that does speech to text. And then we were going to add one final translation layer on the end using Google Translate to be able to create a space where you would have, yeah, any language can talk to any language, basically. And yeah, I thought that could be really cool. A nice place to go if maybe you bump into somebody who doesn't speak the language and you can't communicate, then you have a space you can take them to where you'd be able to talk, and hopefully we can make that a smooth experience. And if it goes well, maybe it's something that we could make portable, right? So you could install it in multiple spaces, right? There could be a kiosk that would allow you to translate between people, or God knows how we could try and implement that. Maybe something more native, more built in. Yeah, maybe a little cell phone. That's definitely something we've talked about in the past. But let's call on Triffid. Hey, Triffid. So tell
How
us,
do they?
why what's what's got you, what do you treasure?
What do I treasure? Having the foggiest. Having the foggiest. Life in
I'll tell-
general. Be happy. Be
I like-
smiley. Enjoy what you can.
There you go. I like it. I'll take that one. That's brilliant. Thanks, Triffid. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Well, we have another Avatar Creators event. No, sorry. Actually, we're doing Space Makers this week again, aren't we? We're alternating, right? What we might do, and I hadn't actually mentioned this to you yet, Faye, but maybe what we might do is for the next Avatar Makers event, maybe we could move the time back a little bit and see if there's a way we could accommodate some of the early time zones. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I know that some people weren't able to make it to the last one, so that might be an idea. But yeah, I think we're going to have another event like that. The last one went pretty good. In fact, it was twice as long as we expected it to be. So honestly, we got loads of great feedback, lots of stuff that we can already start to play with, and we have been. And yeah, but we're going to do another one and see what we can't gather as any extra ideas. So yeah, if anybody's been thinking of anything, don't tell me now, tell me then, and yeah, we can all have a chat about it together and see what makes sense, what we can try and focus on. Yeah, one thing that we're hoping to do is to be able to banish the 2D avatars, right? At some point we'd like to be able to not have those in the game at all. That's what we're aiming for with the new avatar system. There'll likely be some overlap with the existing legacy support, right? And I should point that out for anybody who's unaware. We will still support Ready Player Me avatars as they exist today. We're not in the habit of breaking backwards compatibility here at Banter. So everything you've got working today should continue to work, assuming that Ready Player Me hasn't broken it. We cannot account for that part. But yeah, the new system. Yeah, I mentioned before, we're going to add bones for wings. So we think that's pretty cool. And not quite sure exactly how wings could work in terms of them being considered, let's say, a first-party accessory that you can possibly interchange. But more so, we just wanted to have native support in the rig, that if you were creating an avatar with wings, that you had those bones, and that those could then be used. I think something else that's probably worth talking about that's quite interesting is blend shapes, right? Does anybody know what are... You know, I'll explain them as I understand them. Blend shapes are basically ways to offset parts of your mesh that don't involve necessarily animating them. They're used for mouth movements, expressions in general, right? Eyes, eyebrows, everything all over your face. You can actually use them for quite a lot of things. You'll notice that a number of people here on the platform have various animations that occur when they move, and those are using blend shapes. They're hooked to the mouth open blend shape. I feel like I've said the word blend shape about 1 million times, but we're pretty excited about them, in fact, internally, because we believe that there's an opportunity to use them in a way that could be quite performant, but could also open up quite a lot of capability. So we're exploring using blend shapes for expressions, right? Because that's how they're already pretty much used. So if we have some kind of expressions menu in game, or some kind of button combinations that can trigger different custom expressions, that's what we're planning to have, right? Now we want to expand beyond the simple mouth open, and we're going to go for a full lip sync system with the full set of visemes. So if you want to implement them, we should have much better mouth movement, right? Much more accurate mouth movement that moves relative to the words you're saying, not just flapping your jaw. So, but we'll also have the simple flap your jaw option. We were thinking about having an idle animation for your avatar using a blend shape. So maybe you could have, you could have little ears that flap, or you could have hair that moves, or a tail, or God knows what it is, right? But you could have some kind of animated component to your avatar. You can see how exciting blend shapes become when we start to think of them like this. Jiggle physics, exactly. This is exactly where we're going with this. So I'm gonna take your jiggle physics and I'm gonna raise you one. So what we've been talking about is that blend shapes could be a really nice thing to be able to connect to a system like OSC. And for those of you unfamiliar, OSC is, it's a means by which you can connect almost any sensors. And it's supported by platforms like VR Chat. And people have been able to use it to do things like toe tracking and face tracking and eye tracking and loads of different tongue tracking, loads of different things. So yeah, I mean, you could measure the jiggle in real life and have those values passed into VR and have that jiggle be repeated in real time exactly as it occurred in real life, right? So it goes further than just jiggle physics. Am I right? That's a step up at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, that sounds. I'm sure that sounds kind of funny, right? But we're sort of I guess we're excited about the opportunity of giving people like these custom slots that you could animate parts of your avatar, and then having the ability to potentially hook those up to various different sensors, and that this could form the basis for a really good system for any kind of sensor driven tracking related to your body, right? Whatever it is. I'm not going to say it. I know we're all thinking it. I'm not going to say it, okay? But anyway. Anyway, you could see we're all very excited internally about blend shapes. So definitely hit up that next avatar event, and let's make more innuendo jokes about all this sort of stuff, right? But no, honestly, all jokes aside, I think it could be a really nice system, right, for people to be able to add in some custom modded states for your avatar and to be able to have those triggered by some user-friendly menu, right? So you could have more facial expression that's just triggered by different states in a menu, which could be great for things like the selfie camera and wanting to take pictures and maybe not having such a bland expression on all of these avatars, right? So things like that are great, and I think there's also every opportunity to pretty much use them to do pretty much any kind of custom stuff that you would want at all in your avatar as well, right? So so I'm definitely pretty excited about that. I've been waffling this whole time. I don't know if you guys realized, but feel free to stop me. If you want to make your way up the beach, I'll be happy to megaphone you and answer any question that you have. And if nobody comes up, what I'll do is just call on somebody. Oh, Iron Wolf, you've just saved somebody. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, on the Avatar event, we talked about how many applications are using Ready Player Me, and you said it was around 8,000 applications.
Sure.
And you said that most of them were crypto. What do you mean by that? They are crypto. What is that? Or crypto mining is in somehow, or what is it?
Well, most of the applications that are leveraging Ready Player Me as an avatar integration are applications that involve crypto in some form, right? And believe it or not, this can be apps that you're familiar with. Spatial, for instance, involves crypto and has an integration with Ready Player Me. So that's one example. But generally, Ready Player Me has been pretty active in the crypto space. They minted some NFT avatars at one point and they were selling them. And at their last round of investment, their Series A. They raised $56 million from Andreessen Horowitz and others, who were all really, really pushing hard on crypto around that time. That was just before the big, massive crypto crash. And then the several crashes that then occurred after that, one after another, right? But for that reason, yeah, Ready Player Me is pretty entrenched in that whole crypto space, and they have a lot of apps that use them that also use crypto in some form.
Okay. I think I understand better at least.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And look, we were going to start this thing, right? Where now we're doing a member of the month, and we were going to call on the member of the month for them to give their opinion on everything. Don't you go hiding anywhere there, helpful Banter regular. Oh, he's disappeared. Where have you gone? No. You teleported somewhere. I megaphoned you, so we'll all hear you. Tell us.
I'm back.
Give us your 2 cents of the month, member of the month.
Yeah, on what subject?
How about give us your 2 cents on the fact that we accidentally gave you access to a bunch of the staff channels on the Discord because I didn't actually check what permissions I'd given that member of the month role. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, pretty fast. Pointed that out because if I don't do it, maybe next month it's gonna be somebody else with the same access, maybe not as friendly as me.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I like to point things out. I like to play things fair. So
nice.
I pretty fast realized that I shouldn't be in any staff channels.
Yes. Yes. Uber got to see all of our deliberations on the member of the month, all of our decidings on who is going to win, and just generally all of our staff chat, any info that we're sort of trying to coordinate. If there's people doing nasty things, and we're trying to jump in and help out. Yeah, there's a couple of voice chats as well that are also hidden on the Discord. Let's say that we use mostly for staff things, but since this occurred, we decided, you know what, hell, let's let the member of the month have access to some of our secret voice channels. So whenever somebody gets selected as member of the month, they now can drop in and chat with the team pretty much any stage throughout that month, right? So, and we have to take it. That's it. We've agreed to it. It's part of the contract now with the member of the month. So you just come in there and scream obscenities, and we can't turn you down. We have to hear you out. We have to listen to everything that you've got to say. We've got to take it on board. We've got to learn from it. And that's what we'll do.
Right.
So you've seen us in there, however, right? You've seen us. It's called the Secret.
Yes. There's a lot of people in the secret voice chat.
That's right. And then there's more secret ones. And then there's secret ones.
Yeah.
And no secret ones. Not my job.
Yeah, you've taken away a few of them.
That's right. Yeah. Cheers for that, however. Appreciate that 2 cents. Those wise words. Maybe a few more of those throughout the month. I hope people don't mind being called on like that. Maybe member of the month will be like, oh no, I don't want it. These people will call on me all the time and expect me to say something. Hey, I'm up here. I'm just standing here talking crap for an extended period of time. I think I spoke straight for 15 minutes there. Oh god. Let's see. Who else can I torture? Let's see. Proxide. Tell us about Quest 3. How's it going?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yay! You know what's interesting to me is like a lot of people said that the strap that comes with it isn't very comfortable. Well, it's pretty good actually. I'm surprised that it doesn't hurt more.
No,
it just depends on your point.
You just want to wait. You have a head that fits it. Then not everyone does. Like
yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I have a special head. Yeah.
Give it time. It'll get to you.
Give it about a week.
It'll poke your eyes.
But I have. Oh, everyone's going crazy now. Oh no.
Yeah.
What did I start?
What have
Yeah,
you
but
done?
I did order the Bobo S3 Pro, so hopefully that'll be a little bit more comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Game changer.
But yeah,
Nice.
so thank you so much
Man's
again.
nice.
I love it.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Well, I'll remind everybody. I think it's tomorrow that the other ones end. Is any of you, I'm sure all of you know you've been watching the times. Is it sometime tomorrow? I think I did it for like.
Or is it midnight?
Is it? Oh, really? Are you telling me that the 5 giveaways end in 15 minutes? Oh no. I honestly did not know that. Right.
Who is
Okay.
Cyrus just crossed the digital threshold?
Yes. Yes, for anybody who's interested and hasn't used the giveaway system before, you can go into the My Giveaways section in the top right menu, and from there you can see what you've entered, see how many people have entered, and you'll be able to see who the winner is after the giveaway has ended. You should get an email, I think, whether you win or lose. And yeah, if you win, congratulations. Can't believe it ends in 15 minutes. I full on thought it was tomorrow.
We could stay here for those 12 minutes and then have someone do a refresh. See what it is.
I must have done it for midnight, right? Because it's midnight here in 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
Must have
awesome.
been what it was. It's European midnight. It sure is. It sure is. Yeah, so that'll be exciting in 15 minutes for us to learn who's won one of the 5 Quest 3s that we're about to get out. Yeah. Maybe, oh yeah, that's right. We were going to get Yunji and Faye up to do some of these AMAs. Maybe we should do that from next week, because I think you guys have a lot of interesting thoughts on, you know, everything to do with all things social VR, really, right? Our whole space right here. But I'll tell you what, Yunji, if you don't mind, can I put you on the spot again and talk to us about ARG? Oh, hang on. Actually,
Ooh,
maybe before you
ARG.
do, maybe I'll just give Sebek a quick chance to ask a question.
You know how you added the voice distance thing, right?
Yeah.
So we can hear people from different distances, but how about like a voice projection distance, so you can whisper to people?
Oh.
Because like,
Whisper sweet nothings
say,
in people's
say,
ears.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm up
Because
for
sometimes
it.
you don't want to
Sounds
be
creepy,
heard.
but I'm
Yeah,
up
but
for it.
like sometimes you want to just chat to someone and like
Maybe like a walkie-talkie system.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes it sound less.
maybe too, yeah. A party chat,
Actually,
maybe.
I was just going to ask about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Certainly something that we could look into, like a party chat kind of thing. So there's this concept within the audio system called interest groups, which we aren't leveraging yet. And we plan to use it for kind of like a networking LOD system, right? Which is where people who are further away from you, you'll just disconnect from them, and then you won't have as much data transferred. You'll have better performance. Lots of good reasons why we'd want to do that. But we were also thinking that you could use those interest groups for a bunch of other things, and a walkie-talkie chat is kind of a perfect use case for that. The ability to connect directly to any other user and have a voice chat, or any group of users and have a voice chat just dedicated for some kind of purpose, feels very much like what the interest groups can do. Now they can do other things, right? You could have a room, right? Just a box collider that people walk into, and once you're in there, you can only hear people in the room, and people outside can only hear people outside the room, right? So you can have separated audio zones within spaces as well. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that we want to get into, I think. Likely once we overhaul the networking system. It's just an exercise of continuously, once after another, overhauling things. Overhaul. That's what we love to do. Let's overhaul everything. Sorry, Yunji, I'm waffling. Go ahead. Tell us about ARGs.
Well,
Jump up here,
see,
in fact, if you
you
want.
might be. Oh, sure. Wait, how do I get up there? That's a good question. I can just hop over here this way. Is this okay?
That's it.
Or I jump? Nope, can't jump that high.
Oh, hang on.
Well, anyway.
Do you not see it?
No, I don't.
Let me open it again. There you go. Is that
Oh
better?
my goodness, that's so cool. Okay. Hi everybody. Okay, anyways, so ARGs. What can I talk about ARGs? So ARG stands for alternate reality gaming. It's actually one of my big passions. I really love playing a lot of these games, but the reason why many people haven't even heard of this term is because the games are usually found organically. And what I mean by that is, sometimes you don't know that you're actually in a game until you're actually neck deep in it, and then you realize that there's something a little bit deeper under the surface of what's happening in reality. So, for example, there was an old game, I think it was, it had some pieces inside of like No Man's Sky. So if anyone's ever played No Man's Sky before, there was this thing called a dead drop. And what a dead drop is it's a package. Sometimes dead drop packages can wind up in an actual physical location, but in this case it happened in the video game. But people found this dead drop and there were coordinates inside of the thing. And people, took these coordinates and found some, clue to a really big puzzle game, that then, people started getting obsessed over it, started learning lore about it, and next thing you know, everyone's in a forum together trying to figure out, who the characters are, and what's going on in the story, why these things are happening. And in a lot of situations at the very end there's sometimes a prize, and things like that. So if anybody is interested in things like alternate reality games, I do want to make I want to make a note that ARGs are part of another sub-genre called unfiction. So if anybody wants to look that up and learn more about that, there's a whole history video on it on YouTube by a guy named Nightmind. So if anybody's familiar with Nightmind, he's a pretty cool guy. He's documented tons of ARGs and a whole bunch of unfiction projects. But yeah, unfiction is the genre, and then ARGs are the gaming aspect of the unfiction genre itself. If anyone's ever watched something like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, that would be an unfiction series that someone would watch. So I don't know if that's does that feel pretty good as an explanation for ARGs? They're puzzles, and they're puzzles that you are immersed in, and you can embed them in worlds and stuff like this. So if you're a creator and you're trying to find ways to freshen up your space and make something cool happen, hire some of your friends to act as characters that maybe someone got abducted, and then the whole all of us at Banter have to figure out what happened to that person or something like that, and uncover your big mystery through going world hopping or something like that. Sometimes it'll involve deeper puzzles, base 64 coded scripts that you then have to decode, and it has a secret message. Sometimes you'll find it in the source code of a website, and you have to dig deeper to that as well. All sorts of different ways you can put stuff together, and the world's your oyster. If you have another way to build out your own puzzles, you could do that too. And that's ARGs.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, for anybody who's been around here for any amount of time knows we like to play games like this from time to time, right? We've done scavenger hunts, we've done really elaborate things, we've done things where it drives you completely crazy because you've either got to count 1,000,000 crystals 1,000,000 times to know if they're real or not, and that's the right number, or you've got to do something obscene in the backgrounds that's guaranteed to drive you nuts. But you're gonna do it because it's fun, that's, I think people really enjoy the challenge that kind of comes with things like that, right? So we've been doing that for a long time at Sidequest. It predates Banter. We've been doing things by embedding secret codes into audio files and embedding messages across our website, our Discord, all sorts of stuff for the last nearly 5 years. So yeah, I mean, this is, I think, right up our alley, and we're going to start exploring ways. Yeah, I mean, for anybody who was around on April 1st, we put out the beloved Bullscript website with some testimonials there from some early Bullscript users. Yeah, we hid a little thing in there where you could win a Quest 3, and it was a code, and you had to find it and paste it. But we said nothing, and somebody found it, right? So, I mean, I guess what I'm doing is priming you guys to completely and utterly lose trust in me and anything that I'm going to say, because after this stage, there could be prizes anywhere. Who knows? I'm not going to announce them. The whole place could be laced with prizes, or nothing, or anything in between. That's all of the available options, right? So, but no, I'm really excited about Unity bringing her passion for ARGs into this, and yeah, this could be something that you know, it has the potential to drive a lot of interest and engagement in what we're doing. It could have the potential to go viral and help promote the platform. You know, there's a lot of fun things I think can come from this. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about us starting to explore this. And yeah, I mean, we haven't really formalized anything yet, but I don't know if anybody has any thoughts or ideas or any feedback or anything. You know, there's plenty of places in the Discord. Or if you want to DM any of our staff if you feel it needs to be secretive. Of course, you'd need to be sure that it's not some kind of information that might give you an advantage in a competition, right? That's always something we've got to be careful of. Or you would have to declare yourself out to some degree. But yeah, I don't know. We can figure that out.
Just stumbled into our
I'd like to, I'd like to say something in regards to what you're saying. Is that, let's just say that you will never know where those clues may show up, you know, and that it doesn't necessarily have to be in Banter. Okay, I'll leave it with that.
Ooh, that's right. It might not even be in Banter. It might be in alt space. You might have to find it.
That's not where I was going, but
We're
okay.
doing like the Ready Player Me thing, or not Ready Player Me, Ready Player One situation. Like go back in time, go retro
back in
with it.
time.
Yeah, no, no, but what Faye's saying is totally true. You know, these things can exist literally anywhere. Like I said, sometimes they could exist inside of source code. You would never know that it's there, and one day, you know, it could be months later and someone would randomly find that initial drop, and from there it could explode into something huge. So, you know, whenever you do find things like this, it's actually, you know, I would encourage all of you to work together to solve these kinds of puzzles as they come along. And, you know, there will be lore attached to it, because I'm a big lore person, so you'll see some storytelling on my end. But yeah, please be on the lookout for that and go and explore. Please go have fun. Because that's the whole point of this, is we're here to have fun.
It is all out of cuddles.
All out of cuddles. We all heard that at the same, right? Everybody heard the cuddles.
Yep.
Cuddles and milk,
Yes.
and you're all in the cuddles.
40 seconds.
Nice. What's that?
40 seconds till the draw.
40 seconds to the draw. Okay, well, the live stream is going to end, so let's call it there, everybody. Put your hands up in the air. Shake them like you just don't care. There you go, that's it. Woo! Thank you, everybody. We do this once a week. I'm going to try and involve some more of the wider team so that they can share with you their knowledge and experience in this space over the last decade. So yeah, thanks. And yeah, I'm sure we're all excited about whatever, 40 seconds or something it is to the next giveaway. I'm just going to keep talking so that just I can kind of cut it off. This is a filibuster. I'm not going to let you off just a second. I'm just going to stay talking forever. We're joking.